If you don't have a budget for flagship phones, well, in today's market, you don't need to be, as phones under $500 offer exceptional power, strong camera support, and long battery backup. In this video, I have reviewed the best phones under $500. So stay tuned and subscribe to support. Number 5, Redmi Note 14 Pro 5G. This Redmi Note 14, one of the most powerful mid-range phone that offers exceptional performance without compromising on large display and portability, as it weighs only 190 grams. The curved 6.7-inch AMOLED 1.5K resolution display with 120Hz refresh rate and 3000 nits peak brightness features Gorilla Glass Victus 2 and supports Dolby Vision, reading mode, HDR10+, and low blue light. It offers high-quality visuals for web browsing and gaming. Inside, it has the MediaTek Dimensity 7300 Ultra octa-core processor based on 4nm process clocked at 2.5 GHz combined with 8 GB to 12 GB RAM and up to 512 GB storage, which is massive. However, there is no expandable storage slot for the future. The Mali G615 MC2 GPU delivers good performance for daily use and moderate gaming. The 5,500 mAh battery can easily last a full day, but the 45-watt fast charging could have been better compared to previous models, and there is no wireless charging. Additionally, speaker quality is loud and clear. The 200-megapixel main camera with OIS captures quality footage in daylight, but the 8-megapixel ultra-wide and 2.2-megapixel macro cameras are average, as it does not have a telephoto zoom. The front camera is decent. The Android 14 software support has improved compared to previous models, yet pre-installed apps and ads are still an issue with HyperOS. The build looks pretty good on both the front and back. You get either plastic or PU leather options. The leather variant typically offers better grip and a more premium feel. IP68 protection is also added to this device. Connectivity options like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi 6 are excellent, but it does not have a headphone jack. Still, at $350, this is one of the best deals. Yet for more performance output, you can also consider the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus, as the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 chipset is better than the Dimensity 7300 at similar budget. Next, OnePlus Nord N30 5G. The Nord N30 is budget phone for its price, especially if you need better battery, smooth display, and good value for everyday use. Even though the frame and back are made of plastic with glass finish on the front, it still looks shiny and premium. The flat edges give this phone more modern look, as it features the Snapdragon 695G chipset with 8 GB RAM and 128 GB storage. You can upgrade the storage through a micro SD card. This chipset is slower compared to the Dimensity 7300 Ultra, yet it can handle multitasking to scrolling smoothly, and you can run games casually. The screen is quite bright, as the 6.72-inch Full HD Plus display delivers 120Hz refresh rate and 500 nits brightness. Everything feels smooth. Unfortunately, it has LCD panel, so it lacks deep blacks and contrast, but it is still acceptable for the budget. The 5,000 mAh battery and 50-watt super-fast charging is a strong point of this phone, as it can easily run for a day or even more with moderate use, which is impressive. With 5G connectivity, OnePlus also offers NFC and a headphone jack, which are missing in most modern phones. Additionally, on paper, it has 108-megapixel main sensor, but low light shots can be inconsistent at times. You also get 16-megapixel front camera, which is decent, but it offers only one major software upgrade, and it does not have official dust or IP rating, which is average. Still, despite its downsides, at $290 it is considerable for daily use and basic gaming. At the third spot, we have the Nothing Phone 3A. This Nothing phone is a well-balanced mid-range phone that truly performs under load. It also comes with impressive and unique design with clean software, and the eye-catching transparent style with glyph lighting looks vibrant that adds personality to this device. Whereas the 6.77-inch AMOLED Full HD Plus display delivers 120Hz refresh rate and 3000 nits peak brightness, makes everything look fluid and ultra smooth, as it also has HDR10+ support. So you can also run games like BGMI and Call of Duty at stable 60 to 90 frames per second, as under the hood, you get the Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 chipset based on 4nm process, clocked at high speeds paired with 8 GB RAM and 128 GB storage. Additionally, thermals are pretty impressive under load, as it manages even gaming quite well thanks to efficient cooling. The 5,000 mAh battery with 50-watt charging delivers better battery backup even during medium gaming, but you have to buy the fast charger separately. The 50-megapixel main rear camera and the telephoto lens are surprisingly good for everyday photography, but the ultra-wide camera is decent. However, it has IP64 rating, which could have been IP68 at this budget. eSIM support is not available in all regions, but software support is pretty good, as nothing promises 3 Android updates and 6 years of security patches. There is no micro SD slot for storage upgrades, but at $380, this is still one of the best phones, if you also play games at medium settings. Next, the Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. The Galaxy A36 series is well-balanced phone between affordability and performance capability, as it runs on the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 processor based on a 4nm process with maximum clock speeds of up to 2.4 GHz. You can get it in 6 GB to 12 GB RAM variants, and you should carefully choose between 128 GB and 256 GB storage options, as micro SD card slot is not included in this variant. This Samsung phone features 6.7-inch Super AMOLED Full HD Plus display, has typical 120Hz refresh rate, which most brands offers at budget, and 1900 nits. Brightness keeps things simple even in outdoor conditions, as it can even handle action games, delivers better vibrant colors and contrast compared to LCD panels. The 5000 mAh battery with 45 watts wired charging ensures long battery backup of around 1 day with regular use. The 50-megapixel rear camera, along with the 8-megapixel ultra-wide and 5-megapixel macro cameras, takes decent photos, but performance in low-light conditions is pretty average. The 12-megapixel selfie camera is fine. Overall, the build feels premium even though it uses plastic, as it also comes with Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection and an IP67 rating. Software support is massive, as it offers 6 years of updates. Samsung ships it with Android 15 and One UI 7. Currently available at $350, it is worth considering for everyday use and moderate gaming. At the first position, I have kept the Google Pixel 9a. The Pixel 9a is undoubtedly one of the best phones under $500 currently. With better build quality, it feels compact, though the design is pretty simple and the bezels are thick. Still, it offers Google's Tensor G4 chipset with 8 GB RAM and 128 GB storage. You can expect a massive performance boost of up to 50%, making it smooth for daily tasks, multitasking, and AI features like Gemini Live. Additionally, the 6.3-inch OLED display with a 20Hz refresh rate and HDR technology includes IP68 dust and water resistance. The display is really impressive, as the OLED screen delivers true color whether you are streaming, gaming, or web browsing. Everything looks ultra smooth. It also packs a 5100 mAh battery, which is one of the largest in the Pixel variants. It can easily last a full day. However, the 23-watt wired charging is slower compared to other options, but it also supports 7.5-watt wireless charging, which is rare in mid-budget phones. The 48-megapixel main sensor and 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera take good photos, and it also comes with AI-driven photography tools like Night Sight and Magic Editor. However, the 8GB RAM does not support advanced AI tools like Call Notes and Pixel Screenshots, but you can use the smaller Gemini Nano model instead. Overall, it is a highly recommended phone, as it runs Android 15 with Google's clean UI and no bloatware. You get 7 years of OS and security updates, making it a great value for money phone at $420, especially if you need maximum AI features and better battery life with high power performance. Finally, you can also consider the Apple iPhone 16e, but currently refurbished models available at around $410. Still, if you want to operate within the iPhone ecosystem, the iPhone 16e is the best possible option, especially available in a new package. All links are in the description. Check the latest prices and share your thoughts in the comments.